Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Fight Sport Manila.
Hey, good evening, guys. It's Pal Gonzalez again for Fight Sport Manila Seconds Out. This is where we talk about news, updates, breakdowns, all of that. And today we're going to be talking about pro wrestling, the Philippine pro wrestling scene. So you guys should check it out because that's going to be amazing. Now, before anything else, of course, let's give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. Of course, first of all, that amazing intro is done by none other than legendary ring announcer Lenny Hart. And if you would want to have your own shout out ring back alarm, all you have to do is visit lennyhart.com. That's lennyhart.com, and she can hook you up. You see that voice? We had her in a morning show, so it's really cool that if you want to have it, because everybody wants to have a Lenny Hart voice in their phone, and you could have it too. Also, again, big shout outs to Bad Boy PH, because Bad Boy PH always supports us. Just visit ph.badboy.com to check all of their merch. And of course, Mark Striegel's debut did not materialize last week because he got COVID, and we wish him a speedy recovery, but he's going to come back. He's a champ. He's going to be strong as always. And again, you can always support by Bad Boy PH. And of course, shout outs to the Nutcase brand. The Nutcase is one of the best street artists in the Philippines, and he released his own brand. You can buy your own mask, your own shirt. All you have to do is visit his Shopee link or Shopee store. I can't read it, but I think it's best if we let our producer Cholo Gonzalez to hit us up with that page. Cholo, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Paulo? What's up, guys? Happy, is it Tuesday? Yeah, happy Tuesday night to everyone. We know that a lot's been going on, and we just want to try and make your day a little bit better. Well, mostly it's going to be our guest, but yeah. Also, yeah, we wish Mark Striegel the best. I'm sure God has better plans for Mark right now. And yeah, we're just here supporting Mark and inviting everyone to come support their very own as well.
Yep, that is indeed true. And again, guys, you are part of the conversation in the everyday na maghaharon tayo ng guests from the local Philippine wrestling scene. More so the creative director. So if you have any questions about the ins and outs of the business, he will answer it as long as he is allowed to. Would you want me to introduce him, Cholo, or would you want to do it?
No, yeah, you can go ahead, but I just want to invite everyone, like, if merong nanonood na mahilig sa mixed martial arts or any other sport for that matter, I invite everyone to come join our conversation dito. This is a really interesting part ng culture natin sa Philippines, and you'd be surprised na mas marami silang crossover with MMA or other fight sports in general.
Yeah, that is indeed true. So let's not put it any longer. Our first person to introduce, because they are two. We have the first female referee in Southeast Asia, but we'll bring her out in a bit. Let's bring out first. This guy is the creative director of the Manila Wrestling Federation. He is a musician, a theater actor. He has his own podcast, and he's almost live every day on his own channel. And you guys gotta meet him. He's one of the coolest people I've talked to for a long time. Let's give it up for William Elvin.
Hello.
Hey, Will, what's
Hello,
up?
guys. I'm here.
Hey, what's up,
live
Will?
from Hong Kong.
Live from
Nice.
Hong Kong. See, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. You have a show, right? Like talking about Hong Kong culture with Pinoys.
Yes. Patok Pinoy HK. That's my new podcast. It's music related, pero the main audience kasi are the Filipinos here in Hong Kong. Pero mamaya, meron din tayong sasabihin na wrestling-related podcast which I am also going to host. So, later, let's talk about that.
Nice.
Pero hello muna sa lahat ng mga viewers natin ngayon sa FB Live ng Fight Sport Manila. Nice to be
Yeah,
here.
man. Thank you for joining us. It's been the last time we talked on Fight Sport Manila was during the first visit of Tajiri for MWF. It took that long, but we always talk on chat and stuff, man. It's really
Yeah.
weird and fast that it had to take this long, huh?
Well, blame it sa sa pandemic. We have no choice but to distance ourselves and because yun nga, wala tayong masyadong opportunity to see each other in wrestling shows and stuff. So it's a good thing that we have this magical thing called the internet and we can hang out kahit na sa ganito lang online. So hello sa inyong dalawa. And
What's
I'm
up,
excited to
man?
do the show with Kath.
Yeah,
When are we
and
gonna
All
speaking,
introduce
right.
Kath? Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
I think it's time that we bring her out, guys. Let's give it up. She is she's a referee for the Manila Wrestling Federation, and she is recognized as the first female referee in Southeast Asia. And she's followed on Twitter by Aubrey Edwards, the AEW female referee, which is cool. Let's ask more about her, guys. Let's give it up for Rosita Rosales, Kat Sabatin. Hey, Kat, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Kat?
Hi, hello guys. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Hey,
It's
thank
our
It's
you.
so
pleasure.
fun.
It's so cool,
Thank
man.
you guys
First of
so
all,
much.
I need to ask you, how does it feel? It's right. You are the first female referee in Southeast Asia, right?
People say I am, but I'm not one to claim. I never did claim, but
Let's
people
claim
say
it.
I am. So
Hey,
there we
Will, do you
go.
think we should claim it, Will?
I think we can. I
Yeah, so
think we
let's
can.
now.
Kung
There we
kung
go,
ano,
guys.
kung may nagdi-disagree naman, I'm sure sa pagiging vocal ng mga tao sa community natin, I'm sure kung hindi ikaw yung first, may nagsabi na sa'yo, may nagalit na sa'yo because of it.
Well, yeah. Speaking of the community,
Oo nga eh. Hindi ako
yeah,
kaya hindi ko pinopromote kasi baka mamaya may lumabas.
Hindi, promote mo na yan. Kami
Well,
bahala
Ayan.
sa'yo.
well, it's ano naman, it's backed up by facts. That's for number one. Kasi if we look at videos, as of now, all the videos I could see na female referees Southeast Asia were the ones you refereed in. So I guess that is a starting point. Unless we see, oh, look at that, Matthew. Hi,
Oh,
William.
hi
Is
Matt.
this a millennial?
Matt is a singer-songwriter here in Hong Kong. So
Oh.
we've met through music and he writes Cantonese songs and sobrang I love talking and hanging out with people who are of a different culture. So it's like an exchange of a lot of things and Matt is one of the friends I met through music here in Hong Kong. Hi Matt.
You
Nice.
you have like such a huge circle of friends from different interests. You have music friends, you have wrestling friends. Let's start first with
Oh, look.
both of you. Oh, there we go, Bibo Reyes.
Yeah.
What's
Hi
up?
People,
people.
man.
Yeah,
Talking about a similar circle
Hi,
of
people.
Yeah.
friend
yeah.
circle here. Bibo is from the theater industry too. What's up, Bibo? Bibo, I miss singing you. I miss seeing you, man, and a lot of people dyan sa theater industry sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, and Kat seems very happy that Bibo is in the live. Ano,
Don't worry, Kat.
fun fact lang when we first had our episode verbal sparring with Bibo, most people think na
Yeah.
we're gonna
I
talk
am.
trash
I,
online.
I
And
watched
hindi lang
ang
naman
huling
ikaw.
El Bimbo for like I think
How many
Yeah, I
times did
think
you watch?
medyo may delay lang tayo, guys. Pero Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, but Kat is one of the people who said, "Hey, I'm friends with you, but I'm siding with Bebo for this episode." I'm like, "No, we're not
Yeah.
gonna trash talk each other or anything. We're
Akala
just
ko
gonna."
magsusuntukan kayo eh.
Pero kasi
Hindi pa naman.
nung time na yun kasi uso yung online trash talkan. So I wouldn't be surprised that people would think that that was the objective of the
And
show.
sorry guys kung magtatrash talkan kami ni Bibo, ano pwede ko sabihin? Parang, "Hoy Bibo, pogi ka." I mean, ano yung parang, ang sasa, what do you want me to say? Parang, "Uy, masyado kang mabait ha." Hmm?
Yeah, true.
I'm so sorry. I'm a big fan of Vivo ever since.
Yeah. Now, yeah, let's go to the wrestling scene. I mean, let's
Bibo's a
start with
wrestling fan.
yeah, he is. He is a big wrestling MMA fan, and he's very knowledgeable. He
Big
is
wrestling
actually
fan.
the first guest of Seconds Out One. So this is the third episode, and it's both of you guys. Now, yeah, going on. Do we have any updates with MWF? I mean, I know there is a pandemic, but like everything, because I know you guys write in advance. Is the plans change, or do they still remain the same in terms of how you plan to have written this year three?
Creatively, booking wise, I think it's like
Yeah,
wow. It's gonna be a totally different thing when we return. That's because you can't just not acknowledge what happened. The thing is that there were plans for like all the storylines to come together and continue for this year, sana. But you can't avoid it. I mean, if you're going for a more a realistic laying out of stories, you can't just continue where you left off without acknowledging what happened to these
What's
characters
happened?
during the pandemic. And I think that's one great thing to explore when we start writing again. We haven't written anything still. We talk about things here and there, but and that's what's exciting about it. Um, Circumstances change, and creatively, what I am very excited about is writing about the characters post pandemic now.
yeah, true. Now, someone commented, but before that, let's ask first, Kat. Like, before kasi nung pandemic, di ba, we hang out for a bit because I had to do work on you. You were going to training that time, and there was actually a video of you super kicking Rex Lawin. I mean, based on training wise, is it like totally walang training ngayon sa factory, or do you still guys go there from time to time? Because actually, technically now you can, or no, it has to be MGCQ nga pala. But do you have like promo classes or plans in terms of the training aspect? Kat?
Yeah, Kat, yan, medyo may delay lang ng konti.
Ah, okay.
Hello, Kat?
I think Kat could
Parang
not hear
nawala
us.
yata si Ka. Ayan, medyo
No, she.
Ayan, there you go.
tinitingnan niya lang si Bibo. Kinikilig yata si
Yeah, yeah.
Can't fault it
Oh.
if it did happen. So yeah, Kat. Like in the Philippines, like, is there anything you could share with us about MWF going through what's happening right now?
Medyo may delay lang tayo, guys.
Andun pa lang si Kat sa kinikilig pa
Yeah.
lang siya.
Guys, hindi kasalanan ni Kat to. I think
Yeah.
lahat tayo victim ng bad internet during, lalo nag-MECQ.
Cholo, could you? Is it
Yeah.
cool if you typed it sa chat?
Right now
There you go.
it's we're still on a break
Yun.
since it's still the pandemic is still bad. So it's just yeah. Sorry, in the internet's messed up. Anyways, well, I'm in training unfortunately, which it's been like hello,
Ah, yeah,
Mga
Kat.
10 seconds
hello.
like,
go on. I think there's a 10-second delay. Charles, just inform her now siguro sa live chat. All right.
Ayan. Alright, there you go.
Okay, so
Ayan.
yeah, Charles, you have to flash that comment by
Sige, habang
one
inaantay natin si Kat.
because Will has to read
Speaking
it.
of great musicians
Great
na
musicians, great
level kay Bibo Reyes.
actor, and wrestler. We have Kian Kyle Season, one of MWF's uh, storytellers. I mean, Will, how does it feel? How excited are you, or how enthusiastic are you when you're writing for someone like Kyle Season?
Oh, Kyle Season's one of the most talented people I've ever worked with, and I've worked with a lot of talented people, and I put him on that same level. Especially yung pagka-raw nung talent ni Kyle. Um, these people are one of a kind. I mean, they're multi-talented. They have musical talent, they have athletic talent, and yun nga, kung ano, if I was writing for Kyle Seasonan now, I would say Bibo Reyes, kabahan ka na, ganun level yung level ni Kyle Season. Pero yun yung exciting. I think the MWF roster is full of these types of talented people. And the beautiful thing about it is they're all talented in very different ways. And as a writer, because I view this as how I would write a television show or a movie or a theater play. You look at what these characters are and what the performers can do, and you write based on them. It's very exciting. You'd have no problems writing for anyone, because you talk to them, and then they give you their insights, and then you see what they can do, and then you just follow your instincts, and yun yung sobrang exciting, lalo na one of the roster, no, like one of the most talented people I've ever met, Kyle Season.
Yeah,
And you know what's cool rin about MWF na gustong-gusto ko? Like, the people, yung mga pa siyang melting pot, yung wrestlers who are in MWF aren't necessarily yung traditional hardcore wrestling fans. I mean, you got guys na trickers, you have guys na mixed martial artists,
Yeah.
you have guys na hindi ko alam saan nanggaling pero very fleshed out kasi. It's hard to explain. There's parang a certain cohesiveness na nangyayari.
yeah, that's true.
You try
And
to be cohesive as much as possible. You try to be as cohesive as much as possible, and the only way to do that is to really know the strengths and the points of improvement for everyone, and that's the job of the creative team. The creative team minsan kasi when you talk wrestling booking with other people, there's this idea that it's a sandbox that you could do everything, na parang kung sinong gusto mo manalo ito, which is totally not the case. The case is you look at what you have, and you look at the roster you have and the talent you have, and you write based on them. So it's still about them and not about you as a creator. It's always about what the
Nice.
talent can do first before what you have in mind most of the time.
yeah, and speaking of you as a creative head of MWF, I don't know if you remember this, the Tajiri interview that both of us had.
Yeah.
I told you I don't know how you could make Kyle Season being loved by the audience the way you wrote him in year one, and you just told me wait and see, and man, you did it again,
Oh,
brother.
dude. Si Tarek like mga 11 out of 10 times kapag magsasalita siya, mag-hype siya ng wrestler. Laging si Kyle sabi, yung batang yan, napaka-pogi, napaka-talented, hintayin nyo. As in, nagbi-meet kami in spans of 3 months, 4 months, tas laging ganun. So parang, ewan ko, I think everyone's high on Kyle right now.
Yeah. Yeah. As we
And
all should be.
Tarek, we miss you, Tarek.
I miss the
hit us
guy.
up. Yeah. Now, Kat, in terms of how you are being written as a referee, is there something na gusto mo na parang, do you want to be a part of a certain storyline, or is there already something being cooked up?
Well, I think everyone who watched naman the Action Novela TV knows the storyline na. But um, I really want, hopefully, to transition from my current storyline to hopefully to wrestle naman soon instead of just being a referee. So that's what I'm personally working on. Kasi hindi madali talagang mag-wrestling. It's not easy as it looks like. So but so far in terms of storyline, I like how my character is right now. In terms of being Rosita Rosales for MWF. I mean, um, to be honest, I didn't expected that anything would happen with me being a referee, especially a storyline in MWF. So it's very surprising na ngayon may kaaway na ako as a referee.
Yeah, true. Now,
But it's
Kat,
fun. I mean, masaya. Masayang matulak.
it's true. Ngayon, Kat, in terms naman of training, no, if you could anything that you could share with us, kasi most people that we talk
Yes.
about MWF style of training is that the best way, I mean, the most common thing that me and Cholo get is that an MWF factory training will break you. Is there anything you could share with us regarding that statement? What breaks you when training in the factory in terms of the pro wrestling aspect?
Can you hear us? Hello, Kat?
Humingiti
Yeah.
siya eh. Sasagot yan.
Um, training is not, yeah, training will definitely break you, especially if you really can't handle the physical and mental requirements. It's when you train, it's not just lifting weights, lifting people, doing the rolls, bumps. It's more of, hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on,
Yes,
go on.
go on, Kat.
Hello,
Hello. Kat, maririnig mo to in the
hello,
future. In 10 seconds into the future, Kat,
sorry,
maririnig mo to.
hello,
And if you hear it, go ahead lang.
hello.
Oh no, internet.
Tuloy lang yan. Ang hirap ng
Hello?
internet yata ano, sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think actually
it's
parang I've spoken to a few people and parang I think regardless of yung provider mo, since everyone has been
Every
working from home, tapos since may online learning and everything, I think yung capacity natin to have better internet or more bandwidth for everyone is medyo it would take 11 months para
wow.
mag mag-normalize siya ng konti.
that just
Sayang kasi
shows
this is the perfect time for everyone na gumagawa ng ganito, lalo na content creators.
Yeah,
it's true, man.
that's
I also believe na they did not foresee or prepare for something like this na
no
lahat ng
one did,
tao
man.
nasa bahay just doing work from home. So siguro na overwhelmed din sila. So
It,
that's
it's
that's
it's
how you
it's not
roll.
just it's not just Philippine internet that's not prepared.
Yeah, look at that. Well, look at that. He says
Uh,
it.
well, technically, we're kind of on the same boat, I guess, in a few months. Anyway,
Well,
um, I have meron akong question for Will. Like, Will,
Yeah.
alam ko, like, in theater, di ba, sometimes you have to compartmentalize yung character mo, who you are, as an individual, ganyan. Pero, how do you compartmentalize yung part mo na as a friend ng mga wrestlers? Like, sometimes people would take pretty bad bumps, di ba, ganyan, or
Mhm.
alam mo yan, they would get injuries. Pero syempre, you have to stay in character, di ba? So, how do you manage that?
It's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that I'm not playing an in-universe character na may direct ties with the wrestlers. Like I appear and I do the commentary as myself, as how I would do it as a real person. But I don't think I can like compartmentalize in a sense na parang an injury or a bad accident happens in
Yeah.
front of me and God forbid it happens again and I could just like let it pass through. I remember when the RG injury happened and it was like one of the scariest things I've ever seen. But I just stopped. I just dropped the mic and I just I just went near the ring and made sure everyone was all right. And even Veronica Shannon, like who's supposed to be playing a character opposed to the RG side of things,
Yeah.
and she went there, and we were like, so I think like as a theater artist, my training is it's always the safety first before the show. So if any accident happens, the show has to be stopped and has to tend on whoever needs help. Yeah. So I think that's the answer. Like my training would always be pag may aksidente, let's fix it first and then if everything is okay, then we continue on with the show.
Yeah, alam mo, one of yung, just to build off on that, no? One of yung craziest SOBs na na-meet ko si Robin Sane. I mean, I won't elaborate na kung anong nangyari sa kanya. Pero like, I was dead center kung saan nangyari. Tapos I was taking photos. Tapos man, I've been watching MMA where people get knocked out na parang wala lang, ganyan. Pero nung nangyari kay Robin Sane, dude, nanlamig ako. Tapos nagpawis ako parang, alam mo
Yeah.
yun, mahirap. Sobrang hirap. Like, us, kuya, as media, man, parang, you have to keep a level of you have to keep a level of professionalism. You have to be medyo deadpan minsan. Pero nung nangyari 'yon, parang ang mas hindi ako naniwala is nung tumayo siya tapos against everyone's will, kinuha niya yung mic. Tapos hindi, ring the bell again. Tapos parang alam mo 'yon. Dude.
You should have heard me cursing him after the show. Like
Yeah.
I was really mad at him.
Yeah, I remember that
You can do it again. That's fine.
Kath remembers that. Like she was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
She was
Kat,
there
ano ba,
Crazy
ano ba yung nangyari nun?
stage.
what happened. You want us to elaborate what happened there?
No,
I,
no,
even
like,
I don't even know what happened there.
Fine.
I mean, Kat, like,
I
ano
don't
yung feelings
suppo-
mo sa nangyaring ganun? Nung pag nangyayari sa friend mo, kumbaga.
um syempre, coach, if anyone doesn't know, coach ko si Sen, one of the coaches before as factory. So, when that happened, yung ata supposedly yung first main event match ko. But due to health reasons, hindi ako pinag-referee ni Noel. So, I stayed backstage to help out sa factory, syempre. Then when it happened, it happened dead center in front of me kasi I was ushering people, like, hindi sila matamaan. And when it happened, ako yung immediately lumapit kay Sen and said, okay ka lang. Tapos parang siya, I didn't notice the blood at first. So parang ako, okay. Tapos nung tumayo na siya, parang, ba't may puddle ng dugo? Tapos parang I was like, nah, stop the match na yung stuff. Pero, matigas ulo eh. So, nandun ako sa,
Officially,
sa part
officially
na,
I had the bell ring.
si Noel and
yeah,
Tarek
you
was
did.
like,
You
no,
did.
you're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do this anymore. Pero,
Yeah, go on, Will. Sorry.
yeah.
Officially, yeah, kasi
Yeah.
I
So parang ako
remember,
nasa
like,
likod lang ako
everything-
nila, parang ako yung batang nawawala. Tapos parang ako, ano
Yeah.
ba? Ano nangyayari?
Because what happened was I was manning the board, so I was directing the production itself, like, and nakikita ko siya from afar. Nakikita ko siya from a certain distance. When Rex picked Robin up, like 1 second before, I already knew it was gonna happen. I felt it was gonna happen. Like I acknowledge that the way he was picked up and the distance from that to the ring, it's either it's gonna be a more dangerous botch, kasi konting distance lang. Kasi what happened
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
there's parang may bakal na nagsusupport dun sa gitna nung ring, right?
Yeah.
Dun sa isang
Oo.
pillar. So dun na power bomb, and I think the support, the pillar sliced Robin Saint's head. But some like after that, I was thinking mas okay na yung ganong accident kasi kung medyo konti pa ng konting-konti yung distance, Sen's head would have bounced off the apron.
Yeah. Oo.
Because it was
Actually,
supposed to be the back to bounce off of it.
oo.
It could
Yeah.
have been the head if it was a bit closer. Pero kasi malayo, so dun siya sa pillar na slice. So I like, I thought it was here's what I think. And I haven't talked to Robin Sane about this. I haven't asked him because it made me mad at that time. Pero I was thinking like he knew that his head was sliced, but he was fucking selling.
He
I
was.
think he was selling. Like he was selling as if it's like, okay,
Oo.
this happened to me. Okay, I'm gonna sell for a bit, and that's why I think what the way I remembered it was, I thought he was really hurt, so I had the bell ringing,
Uh-huh.
and then he went up, and lumapit siya sa amin and said,
Yeah.
no, I'm fine, I'm not hurt. And I was said, no, 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 Sen, it's not gonna happen. I already had the bell rung. The bell already rung. It's over. And Sen was like, he was bleeding from his head. He's like, no, no, Will, I'm fine, I'm fine. And Veronica was there, and she said, no, it's not gonna happen. It's over. And then Tarek went up and said, and okay. Sen, look at me in the eye and say you're okay. And then says, "Okay, I'm okay. Do you see me disturbed or whatever? Okay, you feel okay? All right, let's restart the match." And we had the match restarted. The thing is that if I was not friends with with Robin Sane and
Uh-huh.
Rex Lawin, everyone involved in the match, I would have enjoyed it. Like, if it's a
Yeah.
part of the show. If it's a part of the show, it's just like, okay, man. Well, he's moving. He's moving. He still could do the 450 splash and stuff. So he must be
Uh-huh.
fine. But the thing is that you have a personal connection with these people and your
That's
friends. And I knew Rex was disturbed as fuck. And it's a whole hullabaloo of like, what the fuck is happening. Okay, let's just hope that it's gonna be fine. And it was fine. He just needed a few stitches. Sorry, I'm cursing. Can I curse in this show? Because I can curse
Yeah,
in my
man.
show. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Curse
Go
as
ahead,
much
man.
as you want.
Yeah.
That's how I remember that incident.
Now,
Alam mo,
let's start with.
sorry.
Yeah, please go on. Trey.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Follow.
Parang as Sen, if you're watching, parang as we get to know Sen more and
Yeah.
more, alam mo,
Yeah.
you probably deserved it. Alam mo, it it grows on you.
Come on, man.
Pero,
No,
Yeah.
nobody.
kidding aside,
Yeah.
I
I
think we
think
should give
additional dun
props
sa
to everyone. Eh.
Oh, Kath has additional insight.
Yeah,
sorry.
go on. Kat.
Sa addition.
Go, Kath.
And wait, let me message Kat.
Yeah. Go on. Go on, Kath.
Hello. Sorry. Add ko lang sa kwento ni Will. I remember
Yeah.
that instance kasi again, ayaw nga ni Will, ayaw ni Veronica to hello? Hello? Ayaw nga ni Will to
Sayang, oh. Sayang yung ano, ang gandang insight nung sasabihin ni Kath, I'm sure.
It is. Let's just oh, there we
Oh
go.
no.
Well,
I mean,
Nawala talaga si Kath. Yeah. Pero hindi,
yeah.
yeah,
pagbalik
it's
ni
Well,
Kath,
fine.
let's ask her again
yeah,
what her
definitely.
insights are. Yeah.
While waiting for Kath, like, well, I mean, you've done MWF has, brought a lot of names. They've done a lot of shows in places na, fans wouldn't expect to. If you could have your honest assessment of, how far the promotion has gone, uh, what's your assessment on it?
Honest assessment is uh, I think if 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 we had a time machine and we would go back, we would have preferred to stay at Bahay ng Alumni for quite some time. Um, because all the shows when the thing with the Bahay ng Alumni shows is that everything is under control. Like you know that the venue is gonna be there whenever you need it. You know that people are gonna be there. The people from UP are going to the UP staff, the Bahay ng Alumni staff, they're gonna be there and they're gonna give you what you need and stuff. It's everything. Everything's under control and most of the staff of MWF are from UP. So we kind of like we work each other like how we would do shows in Dulaang UP and stuff. So I think like my honest assessment is that if given a chance we would have stayed at bahay ng alumni a little bit longer, followed up with stories because the thing that happened for year 2 is that some of the shows because we were waiting for go signals from other people and from the venues and stuff. It's hard to write. Like you don't know what's gonna be there. You don't know what the requirements will be. You don't know.
Uh-huh.
So it's hard to really put everything on paper. And because I tell you what I can tell you is that the MWF shows for 2018, starting from Level Up to Noche Buena, that whole arc, everything that we wanted to happen, that's what happened for the most part, except for like minor changes here and there. But we were writing Level Up, knowing what we really wanted to do for Noche Buena for like really for a long time. We did not have that. We did not have that. Luxury when we were doing mall shows for year 2. So that's I think that's what my honest assessment is. We could have written more solid stories. We could have been more meticulous with how things were doing or were going forward if we still stayed in at least one venue like Bahay ng Alumni. But then that's something that we learn from as we go along. We are a young promotion and we're gonna learn more things along the way. But it's still exciting. It's still very vibrant with everything that happened for year 2.
Alright, Cat is back, guys. So, ready na
Okay.
si Cat.
Yun.
Ayan. Yo, what's up, Cat?
Hi. Oh,
Hello.
I'm so
Ayun,
sorry.
nakabalik na.
No,
Katabi ko na yung router. Yung router. Ayaw talaga.
it happens to the best of us.
Hello. Hi, guys. Um,
Yeah.
hello?
Ayan.
Yeah, we're here.
We hear you, Cat.
Hello? Hi.
Yeah.
Ayan.
I think Kath
Hi.
froze or something.
Oo nga, nag-freeze yung ano niya, no? Yung
Eh,
Yeah.
broadcast niya.
Hmm. Um. Yeah.
Wait, I'll just have to take out cat for a while at us.
All right. All right. Yeah. Well. There we go. See.
So,
Is this better,
Yeah.
cat?
Okay.
Sorry. Well, I think if anything, parang these things na nangyayari na you don't expect. I guess it's you can say the same for MW. I feel like minsan I find it hard to believe na you guys didn't write that beforehand kasi parang minsan sobrang sakto ng mga political issues or alam mo yun, like do you
Mm.
guys how do you guys go about that? Parang you just write it as you go or like you have one whole parang plotline tas you just make a few changes here and there or
Kailan ba kami start like really digging in? I think it's with the Hoholon arc.
yeah, yung
I
whole
think
art.
I think all you need is like for a writer, for a creative person. I think my answer to that is that you have to really be aware with what's happening, and you have to know that certain things lead to things that you can actually predict. And if it's
Yeah.
starting to boil, and you are aware of what's happening, you read the news, you read the current events, you could actually dream up a scenario coming from where we are right now. For example, when we wrote the Hoholun storyline, we knew that we wanted to give the title to Hoholun. But then you start to feel the tension between our neighbors from China
Yeah.
and the way things are going, and you kind of just dream up of like, okay, what if this happens, right? What if the yung pulso ng public turns out to be this way, and it did. You kind of have to look ahead, like you have to have a certain kind of foresight na parang, okay, I think, like, I'm talking from my experience as I was writing that. Okay, I was thinking, okay, so the Chinese thing with the West Philippine Sea is starting to
Uh-huh.
boil again. I think the public is going to feel a certain way at a certain point. Maybe we can connect that to what we want to do with Ho Ho Lun. And I talked to Ho Ho Lun, do
Mhm.
you want are you okay with like initially billing you from China? And he said, yeah, whatever
Uh-huh.
gets the heat. And we really did that. And it's just it just falls a certain way because you're aware of it, and you kind of feel the pulse of where it's going. So yun. I think it's that.
I can't imagine siguro how you feel kapag yung prediction mo comes true. Parang hindi mo alam kung masaya ka or hindi. Parang, uy, nangyari. Tapos parang, ay, nangyari. Parang, alam mo yun?
Well, yun nga eh. Fiction will always be either a warning or a prediction. So I think goes both ways.
Yeah, yan. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to what Will said earlier. I mean, that's what the common audience don't understand in terms of booking in different places like malls or ano. Ang daming requirements in terms of seminars you have to attend, some paperworks that you have to submit.
Uh,
So
don't name anything. Okay. Kasi, go
kasi
In
ahead.
general.
Yeah,
In
kasi
general.
like I'm sure when if they have like a guest like the jury, they would like to promote his
Uh-huh.
autograph session a week in advance, but they still have to make sure that the venue will accept them. That's why hindi rin kasi
Exactly.
ang
Yeah,
hirap
yeah,
maging
yeah.
fake
Yeah.
news eh. So
Yeah.
but in hindsight, man, that's still a good like those venues you perform that's where international fight organizations have their shows. Eh. So you still have to pat yourselves on the back. But yeah, I think Bibo said it then during our first episode. MWF would be better if it's in UP because it gives the students somewhere to chill after school and stuff.
Right.
It builds a community. Then
Right.
siguro from time to time, 1 month UP, next month sa outside, you know. But I mean, props for thinking that big. I mean, you wanna ask Cholo and myself, we are very ambitious on the guests that we want on the show, and most times we fall flat on our face. But when we do something cool, then I mean, that's amazing. We are very
One thing,
happy.
one thing that you have to have, uh, being creators, is like a certain level of bravery, and I think as a
That's
collective,
true.
MWF always had that, and I'm proud of being Oh, here's Kath, and mas
Hey,
malinaw
Kat.
siya ngayon.
Hello, can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Finally,
yes.
Yes.
finally, yes.
Finally.
Oh my God, ang hirap po ng internet sa Pilipinas.
It's actually a lot better now.
It's mobile. I'm using my phone now para
Good.
Okay.
more there. Yeah.
Is it
Continue
okay?
with the Sen story.
Yeah, let's continue with the
Yeah.
Sen story.
Then story pa din. Dadigdig ko lang kasi Will was making kwento kanina. Yak, konyo. Joke lang. He was saying about yun nga yung nangyari kay Sen and all this everything when everything happened. Nandun lang ako sa likod para ako nawawalang bata. Then when they were arguing about if itutuloy ba yung match or not. So si Will hindi, si Veronica hindi, then Tarek. Ewan ko, parang anime moment. Si Tarek sa si Sen, nagtinginan lang like parang parang
Ba't nyo pinagsama yung dalawa?
parang may mental connection nun sila na parang kaya mo ba to? Tapos tinatanong ni Tarek kay Sen. Tapos sabi ni Sen, oo, kaya ko pa. So parang, sige, ring nyo lang yung bell. Parang ako, wow.
Gusto ko yung parang mga life and death situations, parang tinginan lang ni Sen at ni Tarek nag-decide.
Sobrang
it really
intense.
looked like
Like,
that.
if nandun ka, like, sobrang
Oo.
intense siya. Tapos parang ako yung nawawalang bata lang talaga na nakita yung lahat nangyari.
Naalala ko nun yung may kasama kaming other photographer, si Mart. Dude, hindi ko talaga kinaya. Tinawag ko si Mart, sabi ko, pre, kaya mo na yan. Pupunta lang ako sa likod saglit. As in, dude.
Oo, yeah.
Yeah.
Nalala ko kasi
Pero-
nakita kita sa likod kasi nagbabantay nga ako dun sa likod.
Nasa likod ako nun. Like, hindi ko alam kung ano gagawin. Kasi, it's hard eh. Tama sabi ni Will eh. Like, it's hard to compartmentalize your friendship, I mean, we joke every now and then. Like, I'm sure para sa iyo rin, Kat, like, as a referee, don't you ever parang get worried? Kasi kailangan, deadpan ka lagi, di ba? If you're a referee, hindi ka pwede mag-react. Or, how do you handle yung mga ganong situation?
Well, when yung nangyari kay RG during the barangay taping, I was the referee there. So, nung una, akala ko he was just selling, parang he's just selling, milking out the reaction. So, as a referee, instinct mo agad na if something happens na ganun, or even if it's just a work thing, you still have to
Yeah.
check. So, when that happened, nangyari kay RG, nung hindi na talaga siya makatayo, I had the sense na, lalapit na ako, I have to ask. Then, it was scary kasi sometimes, as a referee, you are part of the show. Somewhat
Yeah.
you control it din. Pero yung mga ganong incident, you feel like, ako nung time na yun, I felt like, parang may kasalanan ako sa nangyaring, sa nangyari. Parang ako, I was telling RG, when I had to stop the match, tapos I was waiting for paramedics and stuff. Na parang, I'm sorry na nangyari sa it's like, no, it's not your fault, it's not your fault. Pero, deep inside, parang may kasalanan talaga ako. like, like parang, hindi mo matatanggal yan eh. Like, that feeling na you're part of it. Kasi, for being a referee, you're responsible for the worker safety, for everyone's safety inside the ring. So it does sometimes feel like when something bad happens, you also have something to do about it. Pero of course, we know it's not really technically your fault, but you
I
just
get
get
what
that
you
feeling
mean.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
and
team show, so I think it's not it's everything that's happening at the same everything's happening at the same time, and you but the thing is that balikan ko yung sinabi kanina. I don't know if it's Paulo or Cholo, pero someone said like i- isa sa inyo, you were there and taking pictures, and you see Robin Sane there with a pool of blood and things like that. And the thing with and you said it's like you've watched MMA shows where people get
Mm-hmm.
knocked out and stuff, and this is something different. I think the big difference is that we know that this is a simulation of of combat. So it's not like everything you expect things to happen the way they're supposed to happen. You kind of know that these people know what they're doing, and then they're gonna fall a certain way, and everything's gonna be at least safe for what they're doing. Whereas when you watch real fights or you watch MMA, like you're just there. You're the action because you don't know what's going to happen, diba? You don't know if the punches are gonna land or the other thing.
Uh-huh.
When you watch a pro wrestling match, you know you kind of have like the conventions in your minds of where they're supposed to happen, where they're supposed to fall. And when you see something like what happened to Robin saying na hindi siya nahulog dun sa air apron, like a certain part of it
Mm.
that is known to be the safest way to do it, then you start to feel concerned. And I think that's a very very big thing to understand with pro wrestling as an audience member.
well, yeah, going to that, it's just nice to na walang nothing serious happened so far to any of the roster in MWF. Now let's talk about another colorful thing, and that's the MWF belt. I
Mhm.
mean, who thought about
Oh,
that
dude.
design? And I mean, what are your personal thoughts regarding it? Let's start with you, Kata, kasi para masulit ka naman namin sa show.
Also, Kat,
Oo
ang
nga.
sarap na marinig ka in real time. As
Oo
in,
nga eh.
Ako din, kasi naririnig ko yung delay. So parang ako, na-weirdahan ako na parang, ganyan, ang tagal ko pala magsalita. So ngayon, okay na.
yeah, all
Yeah.
good, all good.
Okay. About the belt. Siguro just a backstory. When I first saw the belt, it wasn't the full belt pa. It was still being constructed. As in, pera-peraso pa lang siya. Pero meron na, I saw the design na and stuff. And I think that was Tarek's parang birthday gift sa akin. Kasi we went there kung saan
Oh,
siya pinapagawa. Noong birthday ko. The birthday ko last year. So I was like really excited to see yung deconstructed na itsura nung belt. And ayan, nasa nasa screen. And siguro ako yung mga first na nakakita na hindi pa siya buo. And when I saw it during Road to Fate, oh my god, I couldn't get my hands off it. Na parang ako I'm so excited to touch it kasi 'di ba main event yung
yeah.
match, yung i-referee kong match na yun. So I was like, but I was also like, paano ko siya hahawakan pag tinaas ko yung belt? Parang ako, ganito ba? Eh, kasi the paint was kind of still, yung paint dun sa, I think the MWF word was, still medyo basa pa. So, I was like,
Yeah.
cautious to touch it. Pero overall, ako parang gusto ko, parang, I don't know, it's like a motivation for me to wrestle, do well in training and wrestle, hopefully in debut, para mapunta sa akin yung belt na yun kasi sobrang ganda niya. It's very unconventional. It's not like the other belts eh. Like other belts is the same,
That's
iba lang
true.
color, iba lang yung title, iba lang yung leather. Pero this one is so different na parang aalagaan mo talaga. Yung hindi mo kayang ibalibag kung saan. So, ako, I really love that belt and that was a good birthday present from Tarek.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that is indeed a good birthday present to have it. How about you, Will? Ano bang thoughts mo regarding that belt?
Well, I was one of the people who were able to unlike Kath, because I was here in Hong Kong. Hindi ko siya nasubaybayan physically. Pero nakita ko siya from when it was being drafted by Eshe, our graphic designer. Um, so I knew what it was gonna look like, and we all agreed that it's not gonna be uh, a wrestling belt. It's not gonna be it's not even gonna look like a combat sports belt. And at the end of the day, we all agreed that MWF is that. We are a colorful company that wants to represent the Filipino culture, and the way it looked like with the sari manoks and the jeepney grill design. Um, I just thought that it was gonna be perfect. And I knew that some people are not gonna like it at all. But
Uh-huh.
for me, that was a risk that we were always willing to take. It's something that we would be proud of. Like, this is MWF. You won't see it anywhere else. And I'm not saying that the other belts look like the other belts from other promotions. But what I'm saying is that when you think MWF, you think of that belt, and that represents the whole company. That's what I think of that belt.
Have Have you seen the comments when Tajiri posted it on his IG, and the names of wrestlers who were no, amazed on how the belt looked like? Because there were a handful of pro wrestlers who says, "Wow, ano, this is different," or stuff like that.
I saw TJP's comment, because I wasn't able to really follow it, but I saw TJP's comment because someone showed it to me, and it's like he should know, like, more than anything else, because like TJP's
Yeah.
character and TJP as a person is he's something who really wants to represent his heritage, and I think what happened to him is when he saw that belt, it's like, that's it. It hits that spot. It hits the spot of this is us and this is our heritage, and we're gonna scream it. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be colorful, just like everything else in this country, and we're gonna put it front and center.
Yeah, true. And yeah, going to that, because what are, you did mention that some people didn't like it. I mean, what were your initial thoughts regarding those? And also, there was another thing I read yata that why is the belt in the Nickelodeon event not held by the
Uh,
champion?
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
well, number one, it's uh, let's address the people who don't like it first. I think the people who did not like it were never gonna like it, just like
That's
anything
fair.
else, and that's okay. Because what happens with a lot of people is that they have the certain conventions in their mind, they have their own ideas, and they have their own things. Because when you're a fan of something, and especially when you're also like a creative person or something, you kind of have like this wish list of things that you want to see. And if you don't see those, then there's a big possibility that you're gonna at least resist the thing that's being put out in front of you. So that's just what I think. I mean, I don't take anything really personally in these matters, because I know how creative people think, and I've been doing this for quite some time. Some people are gonna like something that you do. Some people are not gonna like something that you do. So I think it's just fair game. For the second thing, why is it not being held by the champion? It's just a logistics thing. It At that time, we knew that Ho Ho's gonna come back. So we kind of like we kind of agreed that, okay, let's just leave it here, because like his next show is also gonna be in the Philippines. So it's like, well, it's just to avoid the things, because it's a pretty big piece, and you can't just cross it over to Hong
Baggage.
Kong and just
Yeah.
and bring it back in the Philippines, and it's always gonna be checked each and every time. So it's like
Yeah.
logistically, it's best to just leave it here. We had it planned that I was gonna go back to Manila and bring it and give it to Ho Ho, But then the pandemic thing happened, so that's your story.
Oh man.
And
Speaking
to
of
you, Ka.
sorry, really quick lang guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of creative people, super kudos dun kay Eshe. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting him. Aside from yung belt, dude, yung mga posters na that guy
Yes.
does, yung
Yep.
ginawa niya
Yes.
for saan yun? Sa BGC, yung sa what place is this? Sorry, it's nasa tip
Venice.
nung tangka. Yung sa, yeah. Yung sa Venice. Sa Venice Plaza. Yung kay
Yeah.
Tajiri. Dude, that was the best. As in,
Yeah.
sobrang galing. And just props out there to
I
Eshe.
love the
You
guy's
the
work.
man.
And
Yep.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because we're talking about Eshe stuff too. Um, we love the idea that Eshe is not a part of the wrestling community, and I think it's just like, it's something kasi that always gives you a fresh perspective. No, so you're not working inside the bubble. Because if it's just us talking like okay, we're gonna refer from what we saw in this wrestling show and
Yeah.
these things, then you're just going to, forgive me for using this word, but you're just going to repeat and reheat and recycle ideas that have been done before. That kind of lessens the experimentation thing. And I remember when Eshe did that MWF logo that you now know
Uh-huh.
and recognize, everyone hated it. Even the roster hated it. I have to tell you that. Even the roster hated it. And we knew that it was gonna happen. It's like, okay, we just have to explain to them why we chose this and why we approved this, but we had to really, um, we had to calm the roster down.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. Like when the MWF logo was revealed, like everyone was saying, fans, everyone,
Mhm.
they're saying it doesn't look like a wrestling logo, doesn't look like a promotions logo, to the point that we were receiving lots of messages
Uh-huh.
sa MWF page of like, this is how your logo should look like, just hire me instead because I did this. And it's like, we appreciate the effort, but we do things because we are thinking of a certain way, and we're not saying that to make us appear that we're better thinkers or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just different. We just wanted to try something different every time, and it
And
obviously you now recognize, and I think most of you now appreciate that logo. So I think that's the same thing with the belt, and both are done by Eshe.
you know what, in regards sa logo, I can remember yung exact comment na I made on dun sa picture. Sabi
Yeah.
ko, well, kami ni Kuya sabi ko, this is a logistic nightmare with printing, with everything. Pero yung exact comment ko sa page was, I can tell na it meant a lot to the guy who made it. As in,
Yeah.
you guys could do a fact check. You can tell na there was a lot of heart put into yung design, coming from
Always.
a person who designs for a living.
Always. With Eshe's work, it's always like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Martin says that, yeah, I saw that video. The old school MWF logo is being used by an American brand
Really?
now.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah,
Veronica.
the original one?
Veronica.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's like kids wrestling. Literally, it's not, alam mo yung pag teenager, ay bata kayo, tapos nagre-wrestling kayo, tapos binivideo nyo.
So it's
As
like a
in,
yarder thing. It's a
Yeah,
yarder
definitely.
thing where
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, okay, I have an idea about my, oh dude, I have this idea of my wrestling promotion. Okay, let's search that MWF. This is a logo. Let's use this one. It's like that.
As in yung punches nila and bumps aren't trained. I think it's a bed pa nga eh. Their ring is a bed. But yeah,
They're
Kat,
kids.
I mean, yeah, let them have their fun, but
Yeah.
you should check it out if you trademark that logo. That's what I'm gonna say about it.
That's additional
Now-
funding. Hi, Veronica
True.
Mikers.
Yeah.
We kind of need that now. We may look into that.
Yeah, you should. It's gonna be a help.
Get ready for a lawsuit, kids.
But we just
Call up mommy.
Yeah, come on. And ikaw, Kath, I mean, what are your thoughts regarding, the criticisms na, the promotion is getting for being different?
For me, personally, I've had as a referee when I started, ang dami ko naman ding criticism in terms of like, of course, I'm not yet fully polished in terms of my craft in refereeing. So for me, criticism is just uh something to take note of and do it better next time. It's not really for me. It's not really a big deal na parang oh ano. Let's say I had one comment before na parang um hindi daw ako nag-pin or bakit daw ako nag-pin when a certain match. Parang ako, I didn't know. Hindi ko din alam. Kasi when you're in that moment, you're parang, I want to slam the mat and something. So, so parang, I mean, for me, I'm grateful for people na nakaka-notice. People who notice the mistakes, the imperfections with the work. Kasi, it's something for us to, to work on and to be better on in the next show or in the future. It's not something you have to be down na parang, sinabihan ako nito na ang pangit kong mag-referee. Ayoko
And
na
I think,
mag-referee.
parang, in everything, in general, parang, sometimes you weigh yung intent more than yung content, eh. Like, is this person
Yeah.
telling me this for the sake na gusto niya mamahiya, or ganon, or parang, is it constructive? And yun, parang, with everything in life, I think na, ako pag may nakita akong anything negative or something, inisip ko, ano ba yung intent ng person? Parang ginawa ba niya to on
Mm-mm.
purpose? Alam mo yun?
Yeah. Kaya ako pag may review ng shows, lagi kong pinapanood or pinapakinggan ko. Kasi I want to hear kung anong meron comments about refereeing. Kasi ako, that's where I learn. And that when I learn from that mistake, I pass it on to the other referees. Na parang, um, it's something they don't have, you have to take note of, wag nilang gawin, or will work on it. It's for me to take note of and work on it, tapos ipapasa ko yung pag na-perfect ko na siya, ipapasa ko na siya dun sa bagong batch ng referee. So, for me, criticism are very much welcome. It's
Yeah.
it's it's to build character, it's to build strength. And
Oh,
that's
May
that's
I
where
add?
beautiful, Kat.
I
Yeah,
want to
please
yeah.
go
add
on.
something because I have this story. It's a good thing that fans here or in our community or fans there in the Philippines, I should say, na napapansin nila yung refereeing because I've seen a lot of shows overseas, at least in the Southeast Asian region, who don't really care about the refereeing, and it's one thing that I get pissed off with a lot. Like every time, like after a Hong Kong wrestling show, and I'd go backstage and I'd talk to Ho Ho Lun, and he'd ask me what I think of the show. I would always say the first thing, it's still the same thing, man. It's the refereeing. Um, it's such an overlooked aspect of
That's true.
wrestling, and it's actually one of the hardest. And the thing that I love about the refereeing presence of mind in the Philippines is that we actually care about. Yes, we make mistakes, definitely, but we actually try to really care about it. And the proof of that is that when one of the referees here in Hong Kong got sick one time, it was a blessing that Leonard from PWR is also here. He was visiting his wife in Macau, so he was here. So what Ho Ho did was, and that Leonard was visiting his wife, and Ken Warren and Robin Sane were working. So we're all together, and they knew that Leonard was just in Macau. So Ho Ho called up Leonard, and Leonard was called up to do refereeing jobs, and we were talking about what the refereeing thing is, and I told Leonard that the one thing I hate, and it happens always in many shows that I see, especially in tag team matches. Like no one cares about the tag anymore. It's just a gimmick now, and it frustrates the fuck out of me when I'm watching a tag team match. I I really get frustrated when I see a tag team match na nandun na lahat yung competitor sa loob and the referee doesn't even act like he's getting the thing out of his control. Like we all know that it's supposed to happen, that it's supposed to be a brawl or things. But as a referee, at least you have to tell the story of the match that you actually lost control of the thing and you don't know who the legal man
Mm.
is,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
just like
That's correct.
try to count, try to put people aside or whatever. If they disrespect you, you react to it, and that's the thing that's lacking in most refereeing jobs. And I want to see more of these, and I am happy that because Leonard acknowledged that point, like and so he agrees. So that's my proof that like at least the Filipino refereeing side of things is actually thinking about how to improve this so that it's not as overlooked as it is now.
Yeah, that is true, and there's always room for improvement. But going back to the earlier thing that we talked about, bringing the belt in the
Yeah,
Nickelodeon event, I really think that is a smart move. I'm sure if you're not familiar with the MMA scenes, from time to time may pumupuntang fighter from UFC here, and even if they are not
right.
the champion, the company brings a belt so that the fans could take a photo with the belt. And
Uh huh.
the
Uh huh.
reason for that is because it gives brand awareness. Because at the end of the day, if you see a cool belt, you're gonna Google it and check it out, and that's how you get acquainted with the promotion. But going back, kasi the funny thing is, someone told me na you just had like a meet and greet, but the organizers are expecting a match, or you guys to bring the ring and put a match. Is that true?
I wasn't privy to this conversation, so
Oh,
I
okay.
can't comment about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was there. I was there in the event. But initially, what we thought was when we were told that we will be in Nickelodeon, we're like, are we gonna do a show or something? But what happened was like we just had a boost lang, and we were. It was fun though. It was still fun because we got people to really know about wrestling, especially kids. It's so fun na they're really interested about where like nagtatanong sila, where are you from, wrestling, like anong company kayo.
Yeah.
Although we didn't get slimed kasi we thought we were gonna get slimed. But
Sayang.
it
It's
was still
never
fun.
too
Yeah, I
late.
remember that. I remember because I mean, and I was talking to CBL about this before that thing, and I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? People would want to see you slimed. I was telling Brian Leo, like you know what?
Yeah.
If there's sliming thing going on, classical Brian Leo should be the first person to be slimed, and then Gus Queens. But then
Yeah, yeah, I remember that kasi I was supposed to be the one to record it.
Oh,
Ang
sayang.
hirap pa naman nung day na yun kasi ang higpit ng guards. The guards was like very like, oh, you can't go inside or you can't go past. Kasi may stages siya before going to
Brian?
the actual place. To
Mm.
where you get slime. Eh pagdating namin doon, it was already jam-packed for the kids. So it's like, sige, wag na lang natin gawin na lang tayo sa labas.
Oh, sayang, sayang. Well,
Sayang.
There's
well,
always a next time.
yeah, it could happen in an MWF show, so you guys should check it out. Now,
yeah.
my next question is like, let's start with Gath. How acquainted are you with the current wrestling landscape right now? Like, do you still watch AEW, Raw? Cause I've been listening to Will's podcast. I heard that him and Veronica were on the 2014 backwards. Are you up to date with the current product?
It's gonna sound bad, but no. No, I don't watch a lot of current wrestling right now. I mean, before I started naman in terms of being part of the actual local scene. Uh when I mean all of us naman had childhood like memories watching WWE, Raw,
Yeah.
SmackDown and TV. So I had that kasi I grew up with brothers eh. I'm the only family in the whole clan. So wala akong choice kung gusto nilang manood ng wrestling, and I had that memory. And when wrestling got out, or I wasn't able to see wrestling in TV, that's where I got detached. So parang now it's kind of hard for me to go back and watch the new um wrestling style kasi parang ako, if I want to understand it, I have to go way, way back from the classic,
Yeah.
from the time I was able to watch it as a kid to the current one to fully understand. Kasi yung alam ko, all I know right now is still the classic like Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio. I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of, let's say, I'm a fan of uh, Alexa Bliss. Pero I don't know. I'm a fan of her because of the moves and how strong she is in terms of a character. Pero I don't know the whole storyline, how she began, what got her to WWE. I'm not to date ngayon. So, I mean, it does sound kind of bad, pero for me, I kind of want to kind of not get too much into the current scene or international scene kasi um for me being part of the industry, it's more of like I get to think more nang hindi ako nabobox na ginawa to dati
Mm.
ni Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio and ni versus like that. Parang it's more of like I can it's more wider for me to think about certain things without being boxed around certain the classics. I'm not saying na hindi maganda yung mga classics, pero for me that's how um I personally work in terms of being in the industry.
Yeah, I hear you. And how about you, Will? I mean, for those who aren't able to listen to your previous podcast, could you share why you are more drawn to the 2014 and beyond and before na wrestling shows?
I think it's just a matter of it's kind of like everything else. Like you guys are musicians too, and there comes a point where you just like you still could appreciate what the newer guys and the younger guys are doing. For example, it's like for someone my age, I still appreciate what My Chemical Romance did. And it's like, but
Yeah.
at that time when MCR was hot, I was already doing things on my own. My musical taste was already complete. And it's like, Gerard Way looked like Billy Corgan anyway, and my idol was Billy Corgan. So it's like, okay, then I would just watch the old Smashing Pumpkins and I'd still feel the same. But let the kids have their own heroes, right? So I think that's how I perceive it in terms of wrestling. It's like my idea of wrestling is already complete. I have what my preferences are in terms of like what kinds of styles I want to see and things. And I'm not saying that to say that the newer ones are bad or I don't like it or whatever. It's just not for me anymore. And that's why when we are booking MWF, I don't usually talk about like what I want to see in a match. I'd let the ones who are more capable and more knowledgeable on that to
Yeah.
put together the matches. Unless I would want to see a certain kind of finish for a story we are writing or whatever. Pero that is because I don't want to impose too much. Because if I was to impose too much, it's gonna be a totally different product. So yun, ganon lang siya. I think I view it like how I would view music. At this point, I already knew that I already know that the top three acts that I like are the Smashing Pumpkins, Bob Dylan, and the Beatles. That's it. I'm gonna appreciate all the newer ones, but nothing will beat those, and that's fine. I think that's just
Yeah.
the gist of it.
Yeah, speaking of, man, I think I see a "Let It Be" poster behind you, man.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah. Ang wala na lang dyan is like the Smashing Pumpkins. So I'm trying to buy a Smashing Pumpkins poster to join the ranks there. Also, may sinabi si Kath kanina, if I may just add, na parang parang mahirap. For example, if she's a fan of Alexa Bliss, that's what Kath said, no? Like parang ang hirap lang din kasing balikan where like they are now like what? Like 5 years, 6 years into their careers. And I think that's why creative has to be a little more creative.
Uh-huh.
Because Eddie Guerrero, like another name that was dropped, like Eddie Guerrero. When you became a fan of Eddie Guerrero in like what, 2003, 2004, that's already like maybe 10, 11 years into their career.
Yeah.
Like Rey Mysterio. I first saw Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero in WCW when they were still like cruiserweights opening the show. That's where saw them first. But people become fans of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio because the WWE at that time just kept on telling stories that are complete in and of itself. You don't have to go back to their
Mhm.
WCW run to understand
Yeah.
who Rey Mysterio is or who Eddie Guerrero is. Just one look and you know what their stories are. Just one listen to their entrance music, like for Eddie Guerrero's case, like he enters with a lowrider that
Lowrider.
bounces. It tells a story in and of itself. I think that's what's lacking today. It's not the talent's fault. It's really because it's as simple as this. And I'm sorry if I offend some newer fans. I'm just an old man talking. For example, Sasha Banks, right? I
Yeah.
love Sasha Banks, Sasha's work, right? In ring work, I love. I enjoy watching her in the matches. But her moniker is the boss. But you don't know what kind of boss she is. Like,
Yeah.
is she the boss of? Like, she's the
Actually.
boss of who? So I think these are the
Yeah.
things that has me.
Exactly.
Like Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens' work. I love watching him. I love watching him, and I love seeing what he does. But then I try to ask some younger fans who Kevin Owens is supposed to be, and and they would say like he's a prize fighter, or he's a whatever, a street fighter or whatever. I don't see that because and that's not Kevin Owens' fault, because the WWE was not writing according to what they want to present as characters. If I saw a Kevin Owens vignette that he's like fighting in a cage before a match, I'd definitely be like, okay, this is a prize fighter. I like this Kevin Owens guy. I think that's what we lack right now. Like you give a moniker to someone like Roman Reigns, like the Roman Empire. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. I know what the Roman Empire is, but I don't know what that
Yeah.
is, like in terms of like
That's true.
storyline. Like the big dog. Okay, what? Because he's big,
Hmm.
and it ends there. Yun yung problema, I think. If Alexa Bliss, like for a younger fan, for example, si Kath, gusto niyang sundan si Alexa Bliss, sana hindi na kailangang aralin yung buong career ni Alexa
Yeah.
Bliss. Sana meron lang
Yeah.
self-contained na feud or something that people can hold on to. Like if they watched like for a month, it begins and ends like in the whole of August, and you become a fan. You just kind of start from there. Last example, like one of the biggest stars ever, Stone Cold Steve Austin. When he became as popular as he is or as he was, he was already what 15 years into his career or something. So parang alam mo yun, and we did not know that. We did not have to see stunning Steve Austin to know who Stone Cold Steve Austin was. We knew that Stone Cold Steve Austin was going up against the corporation and he's stunning Vince McMahon. That's all we needed to know, and that's all we needed to know to like him and become fans of him. So I think it has to have a little bit more of like that. And I'm not saying we have to go back to how the Attitude Era was written or something. We can't really do that now. But one thing remains. It's like solid stories will always be solid stories no matter what, no matter if they're PG, no matter if they're in ECW, whether it's in the Attitude Era or it's the kid-friendly Hulk Hogan era. They were all telling stories that are self-contained, and you could just sit back and watch and relax and you'd know what's happening. Sorry for the long rant,
Yeah.
but that's
Kasi
my
No, it's alright.
yeah, yeah. Kasi right now it's like when you watch show, it's like as a fan you have to you have to piece everything pa eh. Like um again, I don't it's gonna sound cheesy pero I don't really watch kasi international wrestling kasi I'm already living the wrestling life. I mean the referee
Wow.
life in a sense na parang
Yeah, and yeah, go ahead, Kat. Sorry.
yeah, parang why should I watch it when I could just live here and do whatever? You know whatever. I mean, create stories that matters right now with the platform that we have, which is wrestling.
And
Yes,
in
that's
connection with that, I wanna thank you guys, like MWF, PWR, alam nyo, it was Paulo's idea na mag-cover kami ng wrestling. Kasi nag-stop yung pag-watch ko ng wrestling for the longest time. As in, 2009, 2010, ganun. Pero ano eh, I just wanna thank you guys kasi mas naintriga pa ako sa inyo kaysa sa nangyayari sa international scene. And I think a big part of that was, like, to your point, Will, pag narinig mo yung pangalan na Kyle Season, alam mo na kung ano siya eh. O kaya,
Yeah.
Gig Striker. Tapos
Yeah.
nakita mo, nakamaong siya. Like, nung in-invite ko yung girlfriend ko to watch an MWF show, I enjoyed kasi hindi ko kailangan i-explain sa kanya every once in a while na alam mo yun, ay B, ayan na yung action star, antayin mo. So, ayan, kudos to you guys.
and also don't
I
forget
actually
Woo
sorry.
PH. Yeah, Woo
Ano yun?
PH.
Yeah,
Ano
yeah,
Big
yung
shout
pina-plug?
out.
sorry. I just said PW and MWF kasi nung time na we were
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bringing wrestling into Fight Sport Manila, wala pa yung Woo. Pero
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
rant about how much I love Woo mamaya.
Of course.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah, yeah.
guys.
We all love
Yeah.
Wu in MWF too. Um, Also, here's the thing. And here's what I always believed. I'm gonna be the one to ask questions, right?
Aha.
When does a wrestling match start?
Mm.
I'd go sa entrance or in your case even on the vignette kasi I mean you guys are good at your visual aspects, especially nung year one sa bahay ng alumni. It's like yung todos the
Todos Los
horror
Wrestling. Yeah.
yeah,
Todos
Lost
Los
Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Todos Los Wrestling.
sa
Yeah.
simula pa lang alam mo nang you're in for a horror film eh. Tapos from time to time you bring in that Gig Striker cinematic universe which you guys did first that WWE. So let's give recognition to that.
Woo! I-lawsuit niya na rin yan.
What? Well, how about you, Cholo? When does a wrestling match start for you?
Well, for me, siguro it starts with yung mga Facebook posts sometimes. Like, yung mga videos you see. Para sa akin,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to enjoy it in its entirety. Na
Yeah.
para at least when I watch something, I know why they're doing it. And, alam mo, yun, you don't have to suspend your disbelief so much, or if any at all.
I think simplest way, tama yung ano, yung I think I should reconsider that because to me the wrestling match starts with the entrance. Sabi nga ni Paulo. Kasi I mean the Facebook posts, yes, it helps like to give the background or something. But you have to like consider that there are people who will watch your show for the
For
first
the
time.
first time.
Like they're there. Yeah, right. So even if they don't know the backstory of everything and who's who, I think it has to be clear. Like everything entrance pa lang, kilala na natin kung sino sila or they already represent a certain sector of our society, of our community. For example, if you don't know a Fabio Makisig, even if it's the first time you see Fabio and he dresses like that, he talks like that, he walks like that, you already know where he came from, right? You already know what kind of people he was hanging out with. You kind of have an idea where he lives. You kind of have an idea where, and everything is there. Even in the small like announcements, like ring announcement, like it's important that he has to be built from Batasan, Philippines. It has to be that. Because it tells a lot of story. Like just that, it tells a lot of story. When Frankie 13 comes out and he's built from being from Katipunan, it tells a certain story that you wouldn't otherwise have if you did not hear that. So yun, parang I think yun yung pinakahabol ko ngayon, and I'm not saying that MWF does that perfectly, but if I was like 100% could really control everything, that's what I would do. Like everything else, everything from your entrance, right? The very moment you walk out that curtain, people have to know who you are and should they cheer for you or not. And that's it.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think one thing I love about MWF is in general to like sometimes yung wrestling scene becomes this parang high walled garden na parang I don't know how to put it in such a nice way pero parang sometimes with as with anything even mixed martial arts
Yeah.
parang minsan pa hardcorean parang casuals not allowed yeah, parang kami like mga favorite ko, mga hindi niya ma-pronounce yung names or something. Tapos, here comes MWF na parang open doors. Dude, naalala ko yung sa Lucky Chinatown, the number of old Chinese guys na nakatulalang ganon at sobrang naapal sila sa ginawa ni Ho Ho Lun. And yung mga kids na shock. Dude, as in, para sa akin, I don't know kung ako lang, pero it's one of your best shows. And I think that's
Yeah,
what I love about
I
MWF.
Yeah.
Parang it's so inclusive. Like, it's so inclusive na parang it's so welcoming to everyone na parang even if you're a casual like me, I'm a casual fan. Parang it's inviting everyone to be part of this community even if it's for a day or two lang. Kasi usually nare-resolve naman siya within the show eh.
Yeah. Or if it doesn't get resolved within the show, then that's the cue for you to maybe check us out and
Yeah.
know where we are the next time. And check
Yeah.
us check out what we're doing, where these stories progress.
After
Can I
nung
tell you a
Chinatown
story
show.
about
Yeah,
why
yeah, yeah.
ano?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I,
Go ahead,
can
go
I,
ahead,
I
man.
don't know if even Kath knows about this one. Pero the origin, you do not know this because you weren't with us at that time pa. The
Ah, yeah.
origins of Gig Striker Sagot Kita, the
Ah,
movies. Um I really did not I really did not know that it's gonna be that big of a hit within the audience at that time. But what happened was, so we were writing Kasaysayan, the first major real show of our time with MWF.
uh-huh.
Uh, so Tarek was calling me up and he said we might get Maria Ozawa. And I said, what are we gonna do with Maria Ozawa? And he said, okay, let's think of something to do with Maria Ozawa. So, so here's the thing. Um, I just like it was a sudden connection. It's like just in my head, like I'm gonna put Gig Striker with Maria Ozawa, and and so I was writing. Um, Tarek called me up again and said, one of our friends, Elora Españo, who's an indie actress, very, very good friend
Uh-huh.
and a very, very good actress. So if Maria Ozawa is not available, we'll put Elora. So I actually had like three versions of Sagot Kita 1. One without Maria Ozawa and just Elora with it. One without Elora and just Maria in it. And one which we were able to see, the one with both of them in it. So parang ano and then I was just playing around with ideas, and I was thinking, okay, what I really want to do is have Maria Ozawa in the film itself and then have her appear live. And the device for that is that what I really wanted to do was like a long chase from Agham Road to Centris. But we can't do that. It's like
Yeah.
sila Tarobal and sila Miggy were telling me, look, we can't do that. We can't do the chase. So yeah, I guess it's good enough that the film stops at a certain point and then people see Gig Striker. And I knew that when like the moment they see Gig Striker and RG with the two thugs in there, they are going to expect that Maria Ozawa is gonna appear live, and we did not tell anyone that she was there.
Oh,
We
yeah.
Oh,
we
dude.
actually kept we actually kept Maria Ozawa in like Tarek's car. Could you believe that? Like an hour and a half, Maria Ozawa was in
What?
Tarek's car. And it's like dun sa Centris, so we had to do the pre-tapes with Maria Ozawa the day
Uh-huh.
itself. So we had to do them early, like 1 p.m. And we did it in these like, and I was like thinking, God damn, I'm directing Maria fucking Ozawa. What the fuck is this? I'm actually and forgive me for thinking this, but was like when I was directing Maria Ozawa with Veronica Shannon and Tarobal
Uh-huh.
and Tarek was not there. So the three of us were in charge. So we're directing everything and stuff like that. And Maria is just so she's the easiest talent I ever worked with. In terms of like, okay, Miss Maria, this is what I want you to do. You go here, and you go, and she would just say, okay, and then she'd do it, and then she'd do it perfectly. And I was like, wow, that's. I worked with a professional. I worked with Maria Ozawa, and I was really proud. I put it out in my Facebook post. Everyone was like, "Where did you work with Maria Ozawa? What the fuck are you doing now? What is?" But yeah, it was really fun. It was really fun, and she's really one of the best people I've ever worked with.
So it's nice that
So that's
she
the
has
origins of Sagot Kita. Yeah.
it's nice that she has a career here. Pero Cholo,
Yeah.
there's this fella who put an update regarding the
Nako.
yeah. Do you know that guy?
Oh my God. That
Unfortunately,
guy.
yes. So Savani Sen Parker reached out to him. Apparently, they didn't intend to steal, and they just saw the logo as an awesome one, and he'll change it. Pero you know what? I guess that speaks about yung branding rin ng MWF. I mean, if it makes kids happy, di ba?
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
ano
for-
eh,
it's
the
for the
old
kids.
school logo on their ring.
Oh yeah, we
Ano
still
ba?
have that. We still have that logo under our ring. I almost forgot.
Yeah, we still have that during
Sabi ni,
shows.
sabi ni Sen, laki ng ngiti nung Maria Ozawa topic. Wash
Hindi na.
Paulo
I'm sure
Gonzalez.
malaki din yung ngiti ni Sen nung
Oh,
nung
naman.
we were working with her. Because she's one of the really not bullshitting anyone. Really one of the easiest people I worked with.
Paano
That's
ako?
nice.
Diba, hindi ba ako easy? Hello.
Of course you're one of them. Of course. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring
Kaya
Kath
nawawalan
into the
ng
conversation
sikat eh.
because she wants to be on the same level as Maria Ozawa. Here's the thing. You've seen this action novela taping, this action novela episode where we did this whole segment with her just like ranting about what classical Brian Leo did to her.
Aha.
I think that was one take.
Wow.
That was one take. And everyone was so impressed.
No.
And I didn't even direct her. I was just like I was just in the corner. Like I was tired after the show and we were just like, kaya na ni Kath yan. And we were just like,
Yeah.
and Kath was like, anong gagawin ko? Ganun, gawin mo lang, sige lang. And yeah, she's
Sobrang
really,
kabado
really good.
ako. That was my first time to do a pre-tape. Kasi ever since I started with MWF, ano lang ako, taga-mic lang ako, sounds lang ako. And I never thought na aabot ako sa point to cross over in front of the camera. I was like, I froze. Kasi the whole morning, I was just memorizing the line. Like, that's 3 lines, I think. Parang ako, when I got there, when I sat down,
Professional.
yeah, when I sat down in the while the Rob was like setting up the camera, I was like, shit, hindi ko na maalala yung lines. Like, well, that I don't remember anything anymore. It's like, di, kaya mo na yan. Kung ano
Oh,
lang
and then
maisip mo.
what we did was that I just gave you like the pointers to hit. Like, okay, remember this and this and this and this, and you were able to do it. And you were able to, and that was one of the most fantastic segments of like, because here's how it came into that position. I think it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but the bit you did with CBL dun sa Road to Fate, it was like maybe 70 to 80% improvised, right? Like you just reacted
Actually,
like
Oh, wow.
Actually,
on that moment, like everyone just reacted.
from what I remember, I wasn't supposed to get that match originally. Kasi
Yeah.
another referee had that match, and when you gave me that match and you read the script again and you was like, ano to, may gantong scene, don't do it. Parang ako, no, we gotta do it. Don't change the
Ah,
script
yeah, yeah,
kasi
yeah, yeah.
I'm the referee, like we gotta do it. So
Yeah.
ayun. And it was improvised. Like when it happened, the only thing that me and Sibel talk about was like just hit me hard. Para genuine yung
Oh, dude.
reaction. And he was like, okay, go. And I was like, sabi ko sa kanya, don't take it easy on me. Don't take it easy. If you have to push me, push me. Like, and that's okay with me. It's like, okay, sige. And he was like, no, 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 I'm not gonna do that. No, no. It's like, no, do it. Like, do it.
Such a pro. Such a
And
pro.
malaki na rin
Yeah.
yung ngiti ni Paolo Gonzalez.
True. I like maganda kasi pag professional actors. Eh. And
And
yeah,
I
You want a
wasn't even
CBL story.
acting.
You want a CBL story that I've never told anyone until
sure.
Go ahead,
just
Let's,
for
man.
your
let's
show.
get this
Sure.
scoop, man.
Yeah, all right. Kasi I was reminded of it because of the thing where apparently CBL told you not, let's not do that, and you were like, yeah, just do it. One of the reasons why we are, well, let's I know, before I continue this story, let's read this guy's post. Tuwing may
That
lalaban
guy.
kay referee Rosita, 100% sure yan na hindi magpapatalo. Kulang na lang ayun nga, kulang na lang mag-wrestling na si Rosita
Foreshadowing.
Rosales. Yeah, foreshadowing
I
from a
so
certain
want
guy.
to.
That's
Gusto ko
certain.
Yeah.
nang, may gusto
We,
na
we
akong
all know that.
bugbugin.
Bagbagin mo si
May gusto
Morgan Bond dahil sa internet connection mo.
Glitching. It's glitching.
glitching. Hindi, pero mas
But
gusto
yeah,
ko
the CBL
bugbugin yung
story.
ano eh. Yung
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sa Crash Bandicoot
Sinong
na
gusto
yun,
mo
yung magaling.
bugbugin?
Yung nag-comment.
Okay.
Ah,
Kala ko may iba kang gustong bugbugin. Ano yan?
Go ahead, Will.
CBL.
Ah.
One of the things I so you all know the story, like in general, like we had a falling out when we were doing
Uh-huh.
PWR and things like that. But one of like the small things we argued really hard about was that I wanted him to do a certain angle with, at that time, Scarlett. Uh, and to I wanted him to slap Scarlett. And he didn't want to do it.
Oh, dude.
And he was and CBI was like, because I wouldn't do that as a person. Of course, you wouldn't do that as a person. I know that. I know that you wouldn't do that as a person. But here's the story we wanted to tell, and we had that like long back and forth. That I eventually, okay, you don't want to do it, then let's not do it. But that's one of the things that like kind of led to us like really hating each other at that time, and then just one thing just led to another. But that's just one of the, and I remember that because apparently he doesn't wanna hit Rosita Rosales, and it's just like it flashed back that he there's a similar story of him not wanting to hit a member of the female gender. Yeah.
And that's what I love about MWF. Like, hindi siya black and white eh. Like, no one is 100% the bad guy or the good guy. Alam mo yun? Parang everyone is a little bit of everything, and I think kaya siya special din.
But I think I would be the first to admit that sometimes it's really needed, like very clear cut, like really clear cut things, and we were able to do that with like characters like RG, um and you know the Gus Queens and everything, like
Yeah.
there's no redeeming thing, and it's actually it actually works. So I think my theory now, the theory that I'm working with, is that you just have to, as a writer, you know who the bad guys are and the good guys are, but you don't indicate it too much, and you
Yeah.
just lead the audience like without saying too much that you should not be cheering for this guy or you should be cheering for this guy. you just it's in the writing, it's in the creative process that you when you know as a writer that this is what the character is doing, and in this story arc this is the villain of the story and this is the hero of the story, then it still has this heel and face dynamic. It's just not that uh
Out
clearly
there.
black and white for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of that kind of writing, I suggest. I don't know if you watch it, Cobra Kai. They're going to
Oh,
be on
Oh,
dude.
I haven't
Netflix.
watched Cobra Kai. Yeah.
It's
Dude,
it's
watch
the
Cobra Kai.
Karate Kid sequel
Ano
slash
siya?
reboot.
It's the ultimate boomer millennial movie. Na
Oh,
basta
nice, nice.
just
Oh,
Yeah,
watch
but
see,
it.
it's debuting on Netflix. Is it already there or parating pa lang siya?
it's on YouTube Red now, but it will debut on
It's
Netflix
it's
soon.
moving to Netflix. So
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
one of the
Yep.
things. Yeah.
So check it out. Talagang ano, you'd see similarities. And I don't want to spoil anything for the people watching. But yeah, going on, I noticed na when the action novellas taping started, wala na kami dito ni Cholo sa country. I noticed you were manning the commentary. Who is manning the tech booth that time?
Oh, we the okay. We first did commentary with me in the basketball court taping, which was hell. I think who was manning, a man named Sen Parker was manning
Yeah.
Oh.
the booth in the basketball ano.
How
And
how would
usually
you
we'd get we
how would
we'd
you
get
rate
ano
him
naman
as
eh,
a
we'd get
tech guy?
like a professional crew to really
Uh-huh.
to really, the thing with the basketball court taping was that we structured it na hindi kailangan tuloy-tuloy, like how we
Mhm.
did the first MWF shows where everything is like a theater show na cue by cue by cue. So the basketball court taping did not need any of that, so medyo okay lang ako mag hands off. Lalo dun sa Arete, because sa Arete sa Ateneo, because we are working with guys we trust. The theater custodian of Arete Ateneo is a dear friend of mine, si D Cortezano, and
Oh, Kuya
you know,
D.
you just give him something. Pre, ito yung gusto namin mangyari for this thing, and he's gonna do it, and that's fine.
It's so crazy
Yeah.
kasi we all know that William Tarek is in the theater industry, and it's funny na I mean people doesn't know it, pero I also started in the theater industry in college.
Yeah.
So like
Oh, wow.
when when I met, like, let's say the one will mention Kuya D Cordesano, I already knew him even before. So it's like, oh my god, it's really a
Full
small
circle
world.
na.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
The
is.
theater industry is really small. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll
fun.
introduce you to Bibo
Yes,
the next.
please.
Oh.
Bibo.
Oh, yun na.
Please. Pwede ba yun na lang yung gift niyo sa akin? Kasi birthday ko in a couple of, I think 1 week na lang birthday ko. Pero yun na lang yung regalo niyo sa akin.
Ay, mabait yan si Bibo. I have a friend here. I have a friend here in Hong Kong who watched Huling El Bimbo online. And she called me up and said, "Do you know this Bibo Reyes guy?" And I was like, "Of course I know who Bibo Reyes is. I can talk to him anytime. I could send him a message or whatever." And she said, "Can you just say hi to him for me? Like really, like tell him my name and like, just have this like." So I sent Bibo's like, "Hey, I have a friend here. Her name is this, and she just wants to say hi." And he said hi back. So anything is
Cool fella.
possible.
Yeah, my
True.
birthday is in September 10. Baka guys, sige na.
Oh, well, let's see what we
Yeah.
can do.
I I watched Huling El Bimbo when it was live. I think 20 times, 20 plus times. Because I
Oh,
was
wow.
such,
You've
oh my god.
dun akala ko you went to Resorts World to pay 3,000 pesos every time for 20 times. Ang yaman mo naman.
60,000.
Wala,
60,000 na
Kung
lang.
pwede lang. Kung
Gumastos
pwede
ka
lang
pa ng
gagawin ko.
60,000.
Pero yung black na andun lang si Bibo, ah. Hindi kasama
Oo,
yung...
yun lang. Oo nga pala. So medyo, oo nga. So hindi pala ganun kadami, oh.
Nanood
Ano lang.
naman ako ng Play Mo Will.
Alin?
Yeah,
Mula sa buwan?
Mula sa buwan.
Yeah.
Mula Saban.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Yeah,
Speaking
why
of
I saw
why
referees,
that.
guys. Speaking of referees, one of our very own MMA referees is here, Sir Florence Eusebio. Hi, Reflo. Yeah, see, Catherine is a referee from the pro wrestling industry, and I'm sure maraming cross between MMA and pro wrestling, and that, alam mo yun, una, it's a thankless job.
Yeah.
Pangalawa, it's hard to sell. And
Yes.
pangatla, I think it deserves more recognition and be given more respect.
Definitely.
So
Y-
thanks to you
Yeah.
Definitely.
guys.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm really thankful for MWF. Kasi, I mean, they don't put aside referees eh. Like, they put a light in being a referee as well. So I'm very thankful that I'm part of, not only MWF, I mean I also work with World Underground Wrestling,
Would
and I'm so grateful for the lessons and meeting new friends in the industry. So I'm I was really hoping that 2020 would be the year na I think supposedly my refereeing career would flourish or bloom pa, but it just sucks that right now we're all we're all stuck at home. Parang minsan kinakount ko na lang yung kamo ko, na-miss ko nung mag-referee ng match.
that's gonna be fun.
Na-miss ko na.
we still have 4 months, Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Now
Sana
before
yun
I
yung
go to my
birthday wish
next,
ko.
yeah, we'll try and make that happen. But before I go to the next question, shout outs to Fabs Makisig.
Woo!
That
Woo!
is, look at
Let's
that.
go,
Look at
Bruno
what he
Mars.
said.
Woo!
Look at what he
And
said.
guys, I think it's very important just to recognize yung good work na ginagawa ngayon ni Fabio Makisig.
Oh
He's
yeah.
getting yung mga old laptops. Like, yung
Yeah.
mga old, hindi ko alam paano niya gagawin yan. Like, Intel Atom Netbook laptops and other pre-loved laptops. Tapos, nire-refurbish niya for children who medyo
Need
nangangailangan
it.
when it comes to e-learning. So, if anyone's listening to this, MMA scene, pro wrestling scene, or if you just have a kind heart, if you have mga laptop na hindi na ginagamit, try to get in touch with Sir Fabs, and it's gonna go to a kid who needs it really bad.
That's so nice and noble of him. Fabs,
Yeah, so
don't tell no lie.
Oh, pro wrestling fan din pala si
Yes, Sir Flow.
Sister
Yay!
si Reflo.
I think referees from referees from pro wrestling should learn a lot from MMA referees and boxing referees. Kasi if I was and I remember someone asking me this question na parang what would you do if the finish is not yet the finish, but the wrestler couldn't be able to get his or her shoulders up. And my
Uh-huh.
answer would always be the referee should count. We'll
Yeah.
deal with it later.
Yeah.
But it always has to be because the thing is that I've seen it happen elsewhere. I saw this match where I was laughing my ass off because what happened was there was supposed to be the referee was counting and there was supposed to be a run in and the run in did not come. So so what the referee did was just he just stopped counting. Like he just stopped counting. It's like one, two.
Oh, I can imagine Will backstage. I can
I
imagine
wasn't
Losing
him
his
around
backstage.
the
mind.
I was in the audience. I was in the audience. And I was laughing my ass
Uh,
off.
Eh,
uh,
alam niya,
That also
go ahead,
happened
go
to
ahead.
us. Eh. We had an
Yeah.
incident, I think, with one of our tapings that one of the roster wasn't able to kick out, but the referee still counted it kasi it's the right thing to do. Like,
It's the
why
right
would
thing
you
to do.
stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you stop a
Yeah.
count just
Oo.
because you know there's something coming? But
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen, you deal with it later, not in
Yeah.
that moment. Kasi
Yeah.
you're enforcing the rules. Like
Yeah.
in one of William's commentary with me enforcing the rules.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think referees should do that kasi it's just gonna be all over the place. I'd rather have a non-climactic finish than a referee who stops counting or
Yeah.
or tries to act like his or her hurt so he can't count or whatever. That's even more stupid than just
Out
count,
of
man.
nowhere.
Count it.
Diba? Out of nowhere, like, pinulikat ako, sandali. It's just like it looks even more stupid than it actually is. So just count. Because it's like, that happened, right? Like the story I was telling. It's like, so the referee stopped counting. So what the wrestlers did was they repeated the same spot. Like
Oh no.
four moves before that count. They just repeated everything. Like everything just like went back and they did the whole thing like exactly how they did it. And then the run in came. Like, okay. Yeah, well, right, if I was
Yeah.
the promoter, I wouldn't blame anyone else. Like, I wouldn't blame the referee for counting or whatever. I'd blame the run-in people for not running in when they were supposed to. So, yun
Yeah.
lang. So, I think referees in pro wrestling, at the end of the day, I think referees in pro wrestling, even though they know that it's predetermined, should enforce it like a shoot.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
That is
Mm,
true.
And
yes.
with that, may kwento ako with Bruno
Yeah.
Mars. Bruno Mars, naalala mo nung nanood tayo nung AEW? Parang,
Oh, okay.
meron din ganong scene eh, may run-in din eh. Kaso
Okay.
yung run-in came a bit early. Tapos nagkatitigan lang sila. Tapos kung anong mic si Cody, sabi niya, let's just pretend like this didn't happen, okay? Tapos yung mga tao, alright, we got
Really?
you. Oo, sa crowd,
What?
live crowd. So he went back out.
No,
He
because it's a
went,
taping. It's a taping
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. He went sa backstage, tapos
Yeah.
lumabas siya, tapos sabi niya, kinuha niya yung mic sa niya, I bet you were surprised I was gonna be here.
Oh my god. That should have been hard for him.
Yeah,
It
but
was.
it was so cool, man. I mean,
The
very
cool
light.
thing with the elite, like the young bucks, Cody, they don't take themselves too seriously. But
Yeah.
I'm sure
Right.
backstage, they were
Backstage, someone got
furious.
chewed out.
Yeah, someone got
Yeah.
chewed up backstage. But an
Uh,
AEW event is so fun kasi after the show, the Young Bucks and Cody, nakikipagkulitan talaga sila sa crowd. As in, we watched Survivor Series and AEW Dynamite. I personally enjoyed AEW Dynamite just for that kind of
Hmm.
fan service, kumbaga.
Yeah.
No, din kay
And-
MWF, may mga ganyan. Kaya lang si William. Sa
Ano yun?
backstage.
Ano yun? Oh, oh man! Don't even get me started. But here's the thing, and I said this in like one of our podcasts before. I said, parang when the bullying thing came out, I was so scared. Like someone was like a bit, like mad at me for like chewing him out for doing something that he's not supposed to do or being wrong. But then Kath was like, no, chill, cause like we all like all the guys that you chewed out, they knew why they were chewed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasi,
Yeah.
I mean,
And to be
in our-
fair,
in-
I don't curse people. I don't curse people. I don't insult people. I don't treat
No,
them like
no.
shit. I just tell them that I'm mad because they did something that they weren't supposed to do. Let's just be clear with that.
Okay, sisigaw lang yan. Pampalabas
Oh,
lang yan ng stress.
Nung your last event nung year 1, I think there was a scene na yung ilalabas na si Moises Liwanag after a long time.
Ah,
Then parang I heard someone screaming on the second floor. I said, that's Will. That's Will.
if it's not a theatrical scream like "Where are we?" That's Tarek. But if it's like a blood curdling, really mad, psychotic scream, that's gotta be me.
Yeah, that's
It's like
Will,
a Gordon Ramsay like scream pag nanonood kayo ng mga Hell's Kitchen. I said, that's Will. What
There's
happened?
this one guy,
Yeah, dapat,
and I love the guy. Si Steven Tansyongko, who's like he worked with us in the video side of things doon sa bahay ng alumni. And there's this one moment na play niya yung gitna na nung video.
Yeah.
So it was like it's a miscue. It was like na start niya sa middle nung video. And I was screaming and I actually tore up the script. Like it's a 6-page or 7-page script and I tore it like one Was like, and I just went
Oh.
to the bathroom and just like screamed one bit, and I was okay after.
Hey,
Dapat
but
may
I'm
in the
not a
segment si
gym
Tarek.
cornet or
I see.
something.
Dapat
yeah,
may
Ano yan? Ano
segment
yan?
si William na sumisigaw ka lang. Tapos nagtatapon ka lang ng ng
maganda
sabaw.
magkaroon na ano ng reality show sa backstage ng
Ah,
MWF
shit.
kung ano
Oo nga
nangyari.
eh. Parang
If
That would
keeping
be
up with
fun.
the keeping up with
if people
MWF.
Total
keeping up
divas
with the
parang.
creative team. But the thing is that if people who hate me in the others on the other side of the fence, if there are still people who hate me, they should go backstage to an MWF show and secretly film me, and maybe they could find like bits and pieces.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
pero alam mo,
Ralph
but
Imabayashi, if you still hate me, go to an MWF show, plant a camera there, and we might be okay after that. No, I'm just
hey,
kidding.
but to defend Will, there was this incident in Resorts World where I think the bell prematurely rung or
Yeah,
rung at
yeah.
the wrong time. But he didn't
Yeah.
get mad. He's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah,
So
Ako pa
Will,
yung nagalit.
yeah.
I
I
mean, I
probably
am the one
oh,
who's like parang, what?
probably drank alcohol.
that's
pero
the
you know
key.
what? I have to say then like it's a line of work ko kasi like we do yung mga big events rin so may nagdidirect and I mean kahit na nag-aaral ako yung emotions kasi talagang heightened guys eh. As in very touchy lahat
Oh
ng
yeah.
tao moments and during ng event at hindi ka kakakain eh kasi alam mo yun so I think you should give Will a little bit of slack kasi it's not an easy
Of
job
course. Of
Dude,
course.
I
and
was
but if
trained.
you wanna feel
I
him
was trained. I was trained by. I don't know if you know this guy. I was trained by the late great Tony Mabesa, one of the most important pillars
oh yeah
of Philippine theater. And Tony was, I couldn't even describe how he treated people. But once you, and I'm not saying it's right. I think it was
uh-huh.
wrong. But the thing is that it's a different time, and they were treated, and they had different philosophies back then. But oh my God, I wasn't like na culture shock ako when I first entered Dulang UP because he cast me, Tony cast me, and he asked me to go sa rehearsals that night. And I made this wrong move, and Kath would know what I would be
Yeah.
referring to. So the layout of the stage is that when the director tells you to go downstage, you step forward.
Yeah.
If they tell you to go upstage, you step back,
Back.
right? So
Yeah.
Sir Tony was telling me, oh, William Manzano, go upstage, umupstage ka. And ang dinig ko, bumaba ka.
Oh
So
no.
my foot was just like doing the stepping forward thing. I was just about to step forward. And Tony Mobesa was like a 75 at that time, 75-year-old man running towards me with his fingers like this. Ah, putang ina mo, bobo ka, gago, tarantado, putang ina. I was like,
Oh
I froze,
no.
man. I froze. I didn't know. It's like, and it was like that. It was like that. That's the training I got. So for people who gets chewed out by me, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to, but I'm doing
No,
my best,
no.
man. I'm
No,
doing to resist that thing because that's the
no, no,
world
don't
I
resist
was.
it. Don't resist it. I'm telling you, do
I'm
not
fine. All right, I'm fine.
resist
I'm
it.
fine.
Sikat
Do not.
maglalaglag sa'yo.
Do not.
And you
No,
know,
kasi in defense of William naman,
Pang-blackmail.
when he does it naman kasi, it's nasa tama siya. Like it's not just gusto niya lang niya sumigaw or gusto lang niyang he's in the right place. Like, oh my God, ngayon ka na nakita ng taong late like a few minutes before the show. Eh siya yung main nung show. Parang nasaan ka na? Sino ba namang hindi maaasar nun? And I don't know, pero I heard one of the classic William scream yung nasa Arete. Like I was
William scream.
yeah, I was
That's
prepping
nice.
the factory kasi I handle factory during shows. I tell them their position, what's their work for the show, sino stage manager, sino yung sa labas. And hindi pa ako nakapag-start. Like, I just gathered them. I heard a loud scream coming from the inside of Arete. I was like, okay, alam ko na kung sino yun. Sabi ko, guys, pasok na tayo. And when we went there, it was like, kaganyan-ganyan na siya. It was like, okay, ito yung show. Oh, shoot. We're about to go for a ride, kids. And that's the first
Oh
time
no.
the factory heard and saw Will. Like, so like, okay lang yan. Relax lang, guys. Ganyan lang siya. I was like, that's
Tapos
normal.
pagkatapos na nagpabili na ako ng KFC kay Joey.
Oh. Oh. Well, we were just running ano dyan in the morning of the arete with cigarette and coffee kasi everyone was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Hi,
I was
Ken
like,
Cypher. Hi, Ken
Hey,
Cypher.
what's up,
I
Ken
miss you
Cypher?
guys. I miss all of you.
Actually, guys, for mga MMA fans na nanonood, you should definitely check out yung Woo PH. Dude, kwenta ko lang sa inyo, Will and Kat. We were watching a Woo show. Tas nagulat ako, people from yung jiu-jitsu community were there. So parang naisip ko, bakit may what's going on? And what they do is they actually try to bridge yung gap between MMA and pro wrestling, which is something that we're trying to do then by having jiu-jitsu matches in between. And here is yung crazy part. You would be surprised na people from pro wrestling were so educated about jiu-jitsu. As in, they
yeah,
would
That would
clap when they
be
were supposed to clap. They give praise when you're supposed to give praise. So I invite everyone, check out niyo po yung Woo. It's a good gateway, not drug. It's a good gateway to pro wrestling.
Yeah, and Chola mentioned earlier when Will asked us, that a wrestling match starts from the Facebook post. So, Will, I think you have to do something with this story. Look at
which
that.
story?
Kung
Ken
sino man
Cypher
siya.
made his MWF debut in one of the
Oh,
Action
right.
Novella.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we debuted Ken Cypher that way.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
was yeah. That was good. Yeah, that I remember that. I think when when we already knew that Ken was going to work with us and we were gonna work with Ken, it's like this. The first thing I ask kasi is that how do we introduce a new character to the universe, to the Manilaverse, and that's what we did with everyone. That's what we did with Cadencio. That's what we did with Mangaso. That's what we did with Nigel San Jose, which is another story. Um, and when Ken was like, I was talking to Ken before his debut, and we were bouncing off like ideas, and I don't remember Ken, if I am wrong, just correct me, but I think it's him who said like I could be like an assassin or something, and I said okay, so maybe we could put him like in a position where he is being used by the villains, and he's gonna come out and expose it all, and his debut is gonna have a bit of an impact to the Manilaverse, as we call it. And I enjoyed writing those, and I enjoyed the reactions we were getting. Like everyone was like, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" And then when he finally
Mm.
debuted, like and the fans who already knew who he was, like it was a double treat for them, because it's a reveal of a story and it's a person that they already like. So that was really really fun. Hello kay Sir Massage. Chuck Salmon is there. Hello, hello sir. Hello Sir
Sir
What's up,
Massage.
Sir
Massage.
Chop?
Massage.
Sir Massage. Yeah.
Yeah, and although we are winding down, I have to ask you, like, Will, some of the promotions abroad are starting to have shows now without audience. You personally, and you next, Kath, ano bang mas gusto nyo? If MWF will go back, should there be a crowd, or are you willing to do a cinematic type of content?
Kath, you wanna go
Mm.
first?
Um, kind of hard to say right now eh. Pero if it was me, I'd rather go on the safe side. Kasi syempre we're dealing with a lot of talent here. So, I'd rather have it more into like a cinematic style or just something. I mean, kahit hindi muna siya like actual wrestling, it's like more of, let's say, it's a conversational type of um
Uh-huh.
material, not really people having people physically touch muna, because the pandemic is still there, so it's like I don't want anyone to risk anything.
Yeah.
So for me it's always safety. So I'd rather have similar, like something like this, wherein we're all online. I mean, there's the internet naman. Wag lang sana mabagal yung internet. But um, there's internet naman. So this can be a way that we can create something. Kasi
Hmm.
when I look into, let's say, other on TV, or with this, let's say I want TV, they have content that um is done online. I mean, they shoot it online, and it's produced well. So I mean, if they can do it, we can do it as well here in the industry. So it's better safe than having anyone sick. That's the thing for me.
And yeah, before we go to Will,
Nice.
Sir Masad said that they have shows now, but lots of social
Yeah.
distancing, which is the right thing to do. Yeah, Will, please go on.
I think just to add to that point, ang nakikita ko dito is that we won't be able to do shows for the rest of the year because realistically, it's not gonna just go away.
Yeah.
What? It's already September in a few days, and that's just like how many months before the year ends. So realistically, it's not gonna go away. You can't pray it away. You cannot Duterte it away. You cannot whoever is there. They can't just like hope it's gonna go away at a certain period of time. So realistically, MWF's live events will continue the moment we are safe to do shows. And I kind of have a pulse of how these things are gonna happen because also the shows that I'm involved in, the theater shows I'm involved
Uh-huh.
in, like Mula sa Buwan and Maxi the musical, we're in touch and we were talking about how to reschedule and things. Maxi is, I think, is already scheduled for April or maybe even July again for next year. Mula sa Buwan, I don't know, but they're trying hard to see where it fits. And the theaters, the physical theaters, the venues are rearranging their seats na they're apart. So probably
Yeah.
realistically, when you go back performing, it's still going to be that way. Um, so realistically, that's gonna be next year. And my to really elaborate on my answer, I don't think pro wrestling works without a noisy crowd. I don't think it really does. I've tried watching the empty arena shows of the
Mm-hmm.
WWE and AEW, and it
WWE.
just doesn't feel the same. Um, and I'd rather wait until we can do it effectively and then do it effectively when it's there. Um, so that's it. But and I'm going to segue to the thing I'm going to talk about. We are going to do a monthly podcast of matches that were never uploaded online. So we have a lot
Nice.
of these material, and even and Kath is part of the planning of this one. We were able to list down what matches that we had that we weren't able to put up earlier on in the MWF canon. So there are a lot of those, and we are going to do like a podcast style watch along of these matches where Veronica Shannon and I are going to watch it online with all you guys. Like at the same time, we're gonna reminisce on what went into those matches creatively, maybe some stories backstage leading up to that. So that's what we're gonna do while there is no live wrestling. So I think that's gonna be fun. So on Friday, August 28th, we already announced it dun sa Manila Wrestling Federation Facebook page. We are going to show for the first time ever online. We are going to watch Mr. Lucha versus Jake De Leon, Mr.
Okay.
Philippine Wrestling, from MWF Noche Buena 2018. We are going to watch that, and we are going to share the stories. We are We are going to read your comments while the match is going. It's gonna be a fun ride. So please join us on August 28th, 9:30. So yun yun.
All right,
August
and
28th, 9:30.
yeah, let's start with Kath first. Kath, anything to promote? Anywhere these people could find you? Because I know Will has a lot of shows. So yeah, let's go
Yeah.
with you first.
Well, for me, I don't have a lot of things going on, but I am planning some stuff. I'm trying to look into creating my own Rosita Rosales something. So I'm still working on things right now. But online, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Um, my social media is Kath Sabatin, Kath with an H,
Kath
Sabatin
with an H.
underscore. I think it's in the post you had like
Yeah.
early this week, so it's there. You can message me. I don't know if you just want to talk about something. I don't really have anything going on right now. But I
Is
do work.
there
I'm working with Will for the live podcast that we're having on the 28th. So I'm inviting everyone to watch that and just rekindle the memories we had before with the matches that we have in MWF.
Yeah.
nice? Is there a
August 20.
specific someone that you want to invite or find you?
Bibo Reyes. No.
Ah, si Vivo Reyes. Hi, Vivo.
Oh
Vivo
my God.
Reyes.
Manunod na naman ako ng ang huling Elvin ba? Joke. um,
Si ano, hindi mo babatiin yung
Na-mute ka, Will.
na-meet si Will.
Or hindi,
Oh.
I think that's on purpose though.
Oh, you did that on purpose. You did that on purpose.
Oh!
Ulitin mo.
Hindi,
Ulitin.
kasi
Hindi
si
ko
Kath,
nabasa.
alam niyo nung ano, nung nasa, yung sinasabi niya na nagkasakit siya nung kasaysayan 2019.
Yeah.
Nakita
Oh, what is that
He's
story?
doing that on purpose. He's doing that on purpose.
Ah,
Yeah.
Meron ka bang kakasaysayan, Kat?
that is
Um,
so intriguing. Anyone watching this show, decipher what Will is mouthing in the replay.
Pass na yon. May bago na ngayon. Kalimutan na natin. Let's forget about that. May bago. My heart is in a happy place.
Guys, mag-birthday na si
Oh,
Kat.
hindi, good yun, good yun.
Oo
Good yun.
nga.
Heart is
Ibo
in a-
Reyes.
Ang showbiz ko talaga, no? May mga ganun pa akong gimmick. No?
Oo nga, ang galing nga.
Napaka-showbiz mo sa
Smart.
anak-anakan mo sa wrestling.
So
Ganyan
smart.
ka.
Hindi, kasi nung ano,
Anyways.
nung
Yeah.
podcast na kami nila Veronica at ni Eurasian Dragon and Gerald Diola.
Gerald. Yeah.
Oh, 'di ba? Parang ano, nung sinabi ko na yung match na ipapalabas namin involves one
Ah! Actually,
Gusto mo
wala akong
i-dub na
idea.
lang
yung isa siya doon. 'Yon.
Wala akong idea
yan.
sa mga
So, yan,
sinasabi
ngayon, yan.
niya.
We have the HD copy of this episode, right? It's gonna be sent to us. So
Idadab ko na lang.
okay, we'll
Para
find
ano
out.
naman, Cholo? Baka yun na lang yung gift mo sa akin, kung pwede, yun na lang. Yung malaman kung ano yung pinag-sabi ni Mr. William
Alam mo, Kat.
Elvin Manzano.
Kat,
Maybe
unahan mo na, Kat.
after the live.
unahan mo na, videohan mo na si Will habang galit para may pang-blackmail ka just in case.
Ako, mahirap-hirap yan. Hindi ko na-record yung mga past niya na
Kailangan mo
galit.
kong galitin.
Yeah. Anyway,
Tinittrigger mo siya no may hidden cam.
Oo.
yeah.
Bibili na ako ng GoPro. Special for William Elvin burst.
Hey, speaking of special message, Sir Massage Chuck Salmon said, "Miss you all. Looking forward to getting back to the Philippines once this lockdown is
Yeah, look
over." So
forward to
yeah,
that.
we
I
hope to
miss
see
you.
you, Chuck. Nice to see that you're doing well, brother. Now, yeah, Will, like all your shows, don't hold back like music or whatever time to promote, man, because we love watching you.
Thank you.
Sisigaw
Thank you so
yan.
much. So I have my page. My music page is William Elvin. Just go to Facebook, William Elvin. It's at William Elvin Writes. I think just like Kath mentioned, nandun din siya dun sa poster na pinut up. So yon. Every Monday, I do a talk show with my bandmate Quincy Gonzalez, and we talk about Philippine life in Hong Kong. But we are also going to discuss a lot of things that could be related to what tourists do, as Paolo and Cholo have suggested. We will go that direction too. But that's not everything that's happening. The meat and potatoes of everything is my music. So I do this weekly concert, online concert. Every Wednesday sa page na yan, William Elvin, I do an hour's worth of original songs. And go to Spotify. Spotify, just look for me, William Elvin. I'm also on Apple Music and on YouTube. So yon, all my songs are there. Everything is there. So sa lahat ng mga nakikinig, because my audience thankfully has been growing these past few months, and sobrang thank you sa inyong lahat. And I hope to all of you who want to learn more about yours truly as an artist, as a musician, as a writer, just go there. William Elvin, facebook.com/William Elvin Wright. So thank you guys. Thank you, Paolo and Cholo. And thank you, Kath, for always joining me in these things.
Yeah, this is like
there are
the
lots of
second time
stories.
yan, no?
Yeah,
This is
there are
our
lots of
second time,
stories
like-
to tell. There are lots.
Yeah.
There's still going to be lots of stories to tell in the future. Just like
Oh no!
Oh.
Grabe.
Nako.
What have I
Guys, no.
done to you to do that to me?
We will
Grabe.
find out. I'm sure kasi si Will is using StreamYard, so he knows that after the show, StreamYard sends an HD copy of the whole show. So
Andito ba siya sa comments?
we'll find out.
Wala.
Hindi, ano yun?
Okay.
Ano lang yan?
We'll find out.
Friendly,
Ano?
family, ano lang yan? Family,
Oh.
family jabs.
Ay, wait, nasa ano din siya, nasa comment siya, pangalan niya, Bibo Reyes.
Oh!
Hindi eh. Meron pa eh.
Huwag na, si Bibo na lang. Si Bibo lang, sapat na.
Bibo, good.
Anyways, guys, we will try our best to let William tell it after the live. But for everyone who joined us, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much. And Cholo, anything else to say before we end the show?
Yeah, just love each other, guys. Thank you, Will and Kat, for this amazing night. Sobrang nag-enjoy kami despite yung mga unforeseen technical stuff natin. That will always happen. But as long as you guys are here, we're honored to have you. And yeah, love each other, guys.
Yeah, I just like to say, thank you to you guys. Kasi you guys gave me my first ever interview in World Underground Wrestling. And after that, it's been
Aw.
like, oh my God.
Look at that. The first
So happy.
interview.
Yeah.
We're so happy too.
It's an honor, Kat.
Yeah, it's an honor. First,
Yeah.
Mamaya
Senior
interviewin ka
referee.
rin namin.
yeah, we'll try
Okay
Will.
lang, sige. Go.
We're gonna let Will spill the beans. But for now, guys, you have a good evening. Also, if you love mobile games, Among Us, play that.
Oh,
Hit
dude,
us up.
Among Us. Dude, laro
We're gonna
kayo
talk
Among Us, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it after the live. But everyone watching, maraming salamat po. This is Fight Sport Manila. Seconds out. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Fight Sport Manila.